Hello and welcome back to Let's Play CK2 in our New World Order campaign. Also with the HIP mod, of course. In the last episode we took the county of Ulm down here from Bayern, which makes our borders a little better in this area. So of course we're going to have to take this little promontory of land that they have thrusting into our country there to make things look good in that area. But that's sort of a longer project. We aren't able to get any claimants to these duchies, so we'll have to wait for that to happen. Over here, we are still at war with our allies in this war that they're fighting down here over, not Dauphine, over Genève. But it's about to end, and then we'll be able to declare our own war on Aosta. Probably for Cologne here. Let's go up to not speed 1. Trude, the Maid of Zollern. My lord, there are strange tidings from the province of Zollern. As our country suffers under the strain of war, a young woman has come forward and declared that the Lord has spoken to her and instructed her to deliver us from the enemies of our land. She wears armor, wields a sword, and rides with the soldiers. Her name is Trude. She is said to be approaching your court at this very moment to offer her services to you as a leader in the war. Surely it's an absurd notion that a young peasant woman should take the role of marshal or general of the king's armies. Let's receive her and see what she can do for us. This is great. This is like the Joan of Arc type event chain, which I have only ever seen once before. I think shortly after Sons of Abraham came out, which I believe was the expansion that added it. So we have this 33 marshal character. Unfortunately, our current marshal is a landed character, so we're going to annoy her if we fire her. I'm definitely going to, though. Definitely need to appoint Trude. We'll let her train troops for the moment. Let's check out this Duchess and see if she needs to be mollified. A little unhappy, we'll give her an honorary title. Give her some cool swans. She's a pretty great character herself, actually. Level 4 traits in both diplomacy and combat. Probably deserves more than looking after the royal swans, but there you go. My young son is slowly mastering the art of diplomacy. Okay. Speaking of people that need educating, we do have a child in need of a guardian. Oh, it's our heir. That could be bad. Make sure we get him educated with somebody. We ourselves are only a fortune builder, so we would like to get him a better education than that, if at all possible. Let's see. I'm not really too concerned over what kind of education he gets. We could give him to Trude, who of course is a brilliant strategist. We could potentially make him chaste, which we wouldn't like. He's already lustful. I don't know, maybe we'd better off with a diplomacy education. Seems like we have kind of a shortage of diplomacy educated characters in the realm, though. So that would leave marshal or stewardship. Let's see. I think we'll just give him to Trude. What's the worst thing that could happen? Could get opinion with another one of our vassals by giving him to them, but I think it'll be fine. The chances of him picking up chaste or anything else that we don't want is pretty low. You have improved the opinion of this duke, which is nice. My wife is pregnant again. And finally, the war is over. Duke lost. We could hold a grand tournament, but we probably won't. So, county was this? I've lost it already. There we go. Genève is now owned by Burgundy. Tough luck, Dauphine. But that gives us the ability to declare our war on our neighbors over here. They're not the top liege. So we actually have claimants to duchy titles. We would have to grant them land to press those claims. But I think I'd rather just take the county of Cologne and neaten up our borders a bit. And let's see. What's your military strength like? You've got about 5,500 and we know you have at least some allies. So I guess we'll just go ahead and raise all of our troops. We can call in our own allies, including Bruno of Bruno's host. What's he up to? Oh, he's attacking the Duchess of Milan. It's interesting. Can we offer to join his war? Since that might be fun. Anne. We want to do this? The Duchess of Milan, of course, is our ally as well, but this puts a member of our dynasty on a duchy throne. I'm assuming it's a duchy title he's fighting for. Yeah, let's go for it. Shouldn't take us too long to finish off this war, and we can go down and help him. In fact, he seems to be doing pretty well already. Okay, Burgundy has been called in. The rain is continuing in Thuringen, and we haven't seen a blue sky for weeks. We need sufficient rain for our fields, but excessive rain will cause a bad crop in coming autumn. Well, I guess we'll just pray for things to improve, and not build anything in that county for a while. After a lively evening at court where everyone drank, laughed, and feasted, me and Berengaria were left alone by the late hours. After everyone retired to their quarters, we happily chatted for some time about the most diverse topics. Servants prayed that we dismiss them. Finally, as fatigue was starting to show, I suggested we take the conversation to the bedroom. A better way to conclude a day. So, 50% chance of her becoming pregnant, or I guess double pregnant since she's already pregnant. That's totally a thing that can happen. You can trust me, I'm a doctor. My son is mastering the art of diplomacy, which is good. I am not a doctor, by the way. Do not take medical advice from me. Trude, the nobles react. My king, the lords of the realm complain. They think it most unfitting and strange that a young maid of low birth is allowed such a prominent position when there are noble lords aplenty who are much more well-prepared and competent to lead your armies. Some of them are asking if you are doing this deliberately to insult them. There is also the issue of her claiming to be personally sent by God. It sounds rather heretical. We can let them moan, because I am the king, where many of the lords of the realm will be angry. Because of our high diplomacy, we can say, we agree, but this woman is popular among the common folk and gain 10 prestige. Or we can put her on trial for heresy. Let's take our high diplomacy option, gain 10 prestige, and tell everyone to shut up. Don't quite have enough troops to comfortably assault this, so we'll just sit on it and siege it the slow way. Ooh, and it seems like Milan has gotten a sizable army together and is possibly going to beat Bruno in his battle. Oh, she's going to get there on the 29th. He's going to get out on time, so maybe he'll avoid a battle. Nope. At least he's in the mountains. Don't really like his chances, though, based on the numbers. And I wonder if we could maybe spare some troops to go down there right now. It's just Milan we'd be fighting. She has about 5,500. Meanwhile, we are fighting you with 4,500-ish. Plus you with about the same. Yeah, I think we can afford probably 7,000 or 8,000 is a reasonable number to send down. Let's see, 5,000. Okay. I think we can send this army and still have enough to feel like we can easily win this other war. Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess Bruno just gave up. Maybe he was captured in that battle or something. Or, I guess if it wiped out his entire army, then that would automatically lose him the war. Oh well. I suppose we'll just... Actually, let's send this army down to their capital and siege that at the same time. Trude and the King. One evening at court, Trude approaches you and asks to speak with you in private. You agree, and the both of you sit down for a talk in your chambers. Trude speaks to you of her visions of Christ and her quest to save the country from the enemy. She speaks with passion, her simple honesty and forceful zeal both coming across as she looks at you in the eyes. She declares her fierce loyalty and love for you as the chosen king. You are quite impressed by her passion, intelligence, and sincerity. You can say, thank you for coming to see me. You can say, my dearest Trude, you are truly sent by Jesus. Gain 30 piety and the zealous trait we do not have. We both know you are a power-hungry imposter. I'm not sure if we really want to be zealous. I guess it's probably fine, actually. We'll say she's truly sent by Jesus. Trude looks at you with tears of joyous fervor in her eyes. My lord, you are the highest and also the wisest man in the realm. God shall guide you through me, and the people shall be saved. With the sword of righteousness in my hand, guided by your wisdom and the will of God, we will be victorious. So it shall be. Okay. Sounds great. We had a daughter. How is my heir doing? Didn't pick up any negative traits yet. Still looking okay. He's going to come of age, I think, pretty soon in November. A couple of months. Ooh, and see an army here from our enemies. Actually, only 1,700 of these are enemy troops. Probably just ignore them. You claim you would be a better steward than the Duchess. Well, I don't doubt that you would be. You even have the ambition. I guess we could fire the Duchess without her being too annoyed. We have plus 200 for having pressed her claim. Sure. I convinced myself. You have annoyed a mayor. Not really the worst thing that ever happened. Hey, my son came of age. He became a brilliant strategist. Thanks, Trude. So he's looking pretty decent. Be nice if he had higher diplomacy, but you can't have everything, I guess. We'll go ahead and get him married. Oh, we could marry him to our slightly problematic Duchess over here. That could be a good idea. Although, maybe it would be better to marry her to our second son. She has no good genetic traits, and we would like to pass some of those on to our heirs. We have a 36-year-old genius who we could get him married to. 31-year-old strong, 16-year-old strong character. I think that will do. And while I'm thinking of it, let's get our next son betrothed to the Duchess. We can. Apparently does not show up as a possibility. Let's see if we can arrange it this way. It was Eckhard who is the elder. Not that it probably matters too much. He's too young, and she would prefer matrilineal marriage. I guess we could give her a matrilineal marriage, but she might accept when he's older, or she's not too far off coming of age, so well, we'll see. So we're not really in need of the prestige. We're almost capped out at 2,000. Not capped out, but capped out on our Indian bonus, so we'll just take the gold, I think. Ad for Volga, Bulgaria. The great Sunni Caliph Basbuga has decided to call a jihad against the Kafirs in the Kingdom of Volga, Bulgaria. Terrible news. I'll deal with you in just a second, Trude. I want to see what's going on over here. So these are Catholics. Okay. We could offer to join his war, but he's kind of far away and I don't really want to send troops all the way over there. Trude and the common folk. The entire country is boiling with rumors and gossip of Trude, the humble country girl who rose to become a trusted servant of the king. Hope of defeating the realm's enemies is blossoming. Peasants everywhere are celebrating this fantastic tale of a virgin savior from the humblest ranks of society. She is truly a legend in her own time, so we get the entire realm is gripped by religious fervor and an unquestioning belief in the ruler's divine mandate. For 1 year, giving us -5 national revolt risk. Okay. Pretty good, I guess. Not that we have in the way of revolts happening. Our enemy has called in another ally in our war. And we had a daughter. Finish another siege up here. Our vassal Margrave has provided me with proof that the Countess of Anhalt has been viciously slandering me. I don't really have any desire to revoke that county or do anything else to her, I think. Doesn't really like me though, so let's try and make her stay out of factions. He just laughed at the evidence, flat out refusing to stop meddling in political factionalism. So, our opinion of her goes down. And I think her opinion of us went down. Slandered. That kind of backfired. I don't actually have any factions though, so it's probably not a big deal. My son Eckhard practically lives in the kitchens, the little glutton. Spoke to him about moderation. And we'll take some free technology. So let's see. I tried before to get her educated with somebody of our culture, but wasn't happening. Let's just have another look through just in case we can do it. I think the actual person making the decisions here would be her regent, who is this guy. We sent him a gift. That will help out. Seems like it's not gonna happen. But even if I did it personally, I guess we already have 2 wards. Oh well. Son is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship. And my other son asks, does the Lord exist? Well, of course we are a zealous character, so if we want to roleplay this, we can make him zealous also. I suppose we will. He's become a true believer and wants to follow the faith. He has gained the zealous trait. Okay. And Saxony's passing crown laws. Alright, well we're out of time for this episode, so we'll have to continue this war and continue to find out what happens with Rude in the next episode. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.